Hello and welcome back to the comment show. Yes, shock horror, I am presenting this, not Ciaran. You know, he's enjoying a well-needed rest. You know, you can forgive him for that. But it's big shoes to fill, literally, size 12s. Like he's Sideshow Bob. That man could go skiing without any shoes on. He's like Little Mermaid running around with his flippers. Little Mermaid can't run, but I've ruined my first joke. We'll just move on. This is the second take as well. I've ruined it twice. Noah Mancini, Yuri Tielemans at 40 million could be a bargain. Yes, Manchester United have been offered the chance to sign Monaco midfielder Yuri Tielemans, according to The Star. Yes, Manchester United Daily is back. Prepare for every drip of information from the second best Red Devils in the world to be blown out of proportion. But I'll spare you the rant and get straight to the point and pass you over to our transfer specialist. Yes, we have a specialist in the house, Nicholas Pigeon, for our first ever Nick Pigeon's transfer swap. Thank you, James. So, what do we need to know about Tielemans and his link to Manchester United? Still a chick at just 22-year-old, bird pun, owned by Monaco, who missed out on the relegation playoff spots in Ligue 1 by just 2 points. But to be fair to Tielemans, he spent half of the season on loan at Leicester City. He did start all but one game for the Foxes, that one fixture being the Manchester United game, which was just 3 days after he signed, fair enough. But even including that game, he played 87% of the available minutes. And if we're talking value, that's value. 13 appearances, 3 goals, 5 assists. That's a participation of 38% of all of Leicester goals from the moment he bloody signed. Those 8 goal contributions is more than Roberto Pereira, Jesse Lingard, Mesut bloody Ozil, and is the same as Dele Alli, who all played more minutes over the season than the Belgian, before you get your excuses in. And if we're talking value, that's value. If United do get rid of Pogba, which to be fair, you know, is a very reasonable assumption, they will need a replacement. And although Pogba is a one-of-a-kind player, and him leaving would essentially cripple Manchester United's midfield, subjecting them to a season of a midfield three of McTominay, Fred and Matic. I mean, like, run a midfield, more like run away from the broken down car that Ollie's still at the wheel at, with the hollow look of fake happiness that he hides behind his sad little eyes as he slowly dips the club that, you know, he reached the pinnacle with, the treble in '99, down into mid-table. But a young, exciting replacement like Tielemans could put him in. Oh, fuck that up. But a young, exciting replacement like Tielemans is a step in the right direction. You know, and if Pogba does stay, then Tielemans actually would be a very, very tasty acquisition. But, hold up, objection honour. A new challenger has appeared. Leicester City are also in the hunt for this man, obviously. I mean, the boy did manage an average of 1.54 points per match, which, if maintained over a season, would have seen Leicester 7 points better off, taking them to 7th. So why wouldn't they want him? Either way, Leicester or United, Rodgers or Solskjaer, Foxes or the Devils, it's pretty nailed on that Monaco will be parting ways with this little foxy devil. And at a rumoured 40 million, altogether this time. And if we're talking value...
That's value.
Thank you. Back to you, James. Wow, what a thoroughly well-researched and entertaining piece. Let's move on. The year is 2006 and I am sitting at my computer under my cabin bed playing Counter-Strike into the early hours of the morning while all this nonsense is circulating the internet. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Andrei Shevchenko and Ashley Cole to Chelsea. I mean, 2 out of the 3 is not bad, but could you imagine Zlatan at Chelsea? It's a weirdly perfect combination in my eyes. I mean, you could genuinely have seen all 3 of them going. I know 2 of them did, one absolutely flopped and one did very well, but that's pretty reasonable. Next one, Samir Nasri to Spurs. I mean, interesting. It's not like Spurs to have a target and somebody else in London snap him up, is it? Is it? I mean, to be fair, he probably would have ended up at City anyway, because you don't stay at Spurs long, do you? 2 for 2. So this one's a bit of a 2 for 1, bit of a combo, bit of a 1-2. I watched Tyson Fury fight, that was fun. Fernando Torres to Newcastle. Imagine that. Top tier player, lower tier club. Sorry Newcastle, it's a bit of a fact. I just can't see it. I could never ever see this happening. I don't know why they were linked. They just signed Michael Owen, which I guess at the time was good, but they didn't sign a player, they didn't sign anyone more expensive than that until last season. Speaking of not deserving to go to Newcastle, Ruud van Nistelrooy to Newcastle. Same thing again. What? Javier Mascherano to Man United. Now this one, fair enough. I mean, he was a top quality player, went to Liverpool, was still a top quality player, obviously went to Barcelona. This one was genuinely interesting. I was intrigued by this transfer because, I mean, Manchester United's midfield around that time was signing, you know, decent players, but they could have done with a Javier Mascherano type player. Keane had just left, so you needed a destroyer, thanks to the words of Michael McCubbin, because I don't know anything about Manchester United. Scum. Now on to our next section, as Ciaran has missed it out the last few weeks, and I know you've been asking for it. It's the Reddit review / meme review. Immense Carol Hohan. I probably got that wrong. Patrick van Straten beekeeping up with the transfer rumours like. We got ourselves a Tifo video. He's watching that about Wan-Bissaka. He is a big fan of Wan-Bissaka while surrounded by women who are trying to hug and kiss. You know, if this was Patrick van Straten and it was women trying to hug and kiss, and there was a video of Aaron Wan-Bissaka by Tifo available to watch, he probably would watch it, to be fair. If that was cats, that's another story. He'd be all over those cats. That's a massive innuendo. Please don't use that against me. This thing, I can't remember who sent it in because I haven't actually put it in here. I've just written Hamel Poo Dance thing, but what the hell is this? Like, who made this? Why did you make it? And why do you have enough time in your day to think this is what I'm gonna do? You need to seriously evaluate what is important in life. Family, friends, education, work. These are important things. This is not an important thing. You need to really seriously consider what you're doing with your time, Mr. This one I put in just for Ciaran. Bit of an anime meme. You big anime nerd, you weeaboo. What would be wrong if I peeked through the keyhole? Shouldn't be doing that. Invasion of privacy first off. So life advice, don't do that, but he is. You know, goes for a little peek, sees that monstrosity. I mean, that is horrific. I rate the picture, big fan of the face, and obviously he's shocked. Oh no, One thing I do like about this meme, Mr. I've been rude, I haven't got your name in here again, so you just have to live with that, is that you've gone over the lines that are dedicated for the space with Ciaran's face. I like that, it's intrusive, it makes me feel uncomfortable. So well done, 15 points for you. And that's it for the meme review. I'll remind Ciaran to do it because you're actually posting and he's not being respectful of the time that you're putting in. I mean, I'm putting in time trying to ad-lib this section because I'm awful at it. I'm putting a lot, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm doing this for you because he isn't. Well, it seems that Ciaran has chosen a new team. Personally, I'm going to stick to Kaiserslautern. I'm not going to pick a rival team. I'm too loyal to them. I'm having a great time on a career mode, publicly and privately. Plus, I mean, this intro is just too nice not to use. So I decided today to let Ciaran pick his favourite players. I'm not going to go into the players because he'll be moaning and groaning about them all season, the transfers in and out. So I thought I'll give a bit of light onto the main man, the gaffer, the reason they're in the position they're in. That's Gian Piero Gasperini. As a player, he did join Juventus at the age of just 9, but was never given a league game, you know, wasn't that great. Pushed out to Serie B side Palermo. I mean, to be fair, he didn't really have that inspiring of a playing career, to be honest. I mean, he lingered between Serie B or, is it Serie C? But I mean, the third tier. And his most notable moment, really, being the Coppa Italia final in 1979, big achievement. But he lost it to Juventus, 2-0 Juventus. And I mean, not the scoreline, I mean, they've buoyed him off twice and he probably feels a bit bitter about it, and I feel a bit mean taking the piss. I mean, I don't know if this is true or just the fact that Wikipedia hasn't really been able to track lower tier football in the 70s and 80s, which is perfectly understandable, but apparently he only scored 1 goal in his career. 1. Somebody tell me a player who's only scored 1 goal in their career from midfield in the comments now. Anyway, we get the fact that he wasn't a good player, we can put that aside, but as a manager, as you can obviously guess, he has been way more successful, although, you know, he was caught up in the show of post-Mourinho Inter after managing 5 games and winning 1 and getting replaced by Ranieri. So that wasn't a highlight, but it happened and we are where we are now. At 61, I mean, he's enjoying his most successful period as a manager, as you can tell. Since joining Atalanta in 2016, he's finished 4th and 3rd respectively. Now, to be fair, that's a huge achievement considering the highest the club has ever finished is 3rd in 87 and 96. So well done you guys, you've picked this side at probably its best ever time. You know, it's their first time in Europa Leagues last season, first time in the Champions League this season. So you have picked the team at their very peak. And now I think about it, he's always bloody glory hunting, that Ciaran, isn't he? First City, and then he runs Schalke, one of the most successful bloody German teams, into the ground, and now Atalanta, all we're doing well. I mean, to be fair, I am a massive fan of their badge. It does look like a knockoff shampoo logo. I think Weller has the same thing. Get Head and Shoulders to sponsor them, and then get Joe Hart in there as in goal. You can do all that again, get mugged off. Well, that's it, a James interim comment show, but to be fair, it was more of a comment show, so I only really addressed 1 comment. But in all honesty, you know, you guys are slacking. I looked through the comments, fine-combed it, weak, and to be honest, the memes were a little weak too. So, for me, for Ciaran, for all of us, get your comments in, get your memes on your Reddit, get your suggestions in on the Discord. To be fair, Discord, if you want to be more interactive with this channel, Discord is the way to go. There's a little community run there, little games, little tasks. It's all run by you guys, for you guys, and we actually get involved chatting to you every now and again. So if you want to be more interactive with us, definitely get down there. Link will be in the description. But anyway, if you did enjoy this, stick a like on it, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, follow FD on Twitter, follow Michael on Twitter. He's having a great time behind the camera. And make sure you compliment your mother at least once a week. Goodbye.